Good evening to all of you. First, let me thank Venkatji and Prasannaji for the introduction to the IFA Galaxy Committee team. We met in the month of November, and they came to Bombay to meet industry colleagues, and Raghavji from Axis Mutual Fund gave our reference. And I think from November to here, today I am here. Thank you, Shobnaji, for a smooth arrangement, and my sincere thanks to IFA Galaxy Committee team. The entire endeavor here is to present what Money Honey has done in last 15 years. We will talk our journey in terms of what decisions we took and what processes we followed and where we are today. Let me give you my personal journey. I born and brought up in Maharashtra, interior of Maharashtra. Came to Bombay in '99. Hardly 900 rupees in wallet. First 6 months, extremely difficult. Worked in a corporate company. That company was startup in those days. Started in '99, in December '99, and then took the second assignment. When I took the second assignment, the promise I made myself, this should be the last assignment, whatever I do. And I'm crossing my finger in that way. So total 24 years of experience, largely into the managing retail client money. Let me give you 15 years of journey in next 15 seconds. I started in company in 2008 with a 2-member team. 2009, we introduced in internal application, front-end application, back-end application, which is called DMS-DTR. 2010, whatever business we did in 2008, we tripled our business in 2010. 2011, the ecosystem, digital ecosystem was not there. But when we used to go to the client place, the client has to sign at 2 places, one at the application form and one at the check. That's it. The rest of the application form was pre-printed. By the time in 2012, we are a 50-member team. Within the 50-member team, almost 10-member team was a tech team. 2013, we did almost 5x volume. 2014, we started, we call it as a capsule meets, where we invite the best of the minds from the industry to spend time with our team so that the knowledge enhancement process can happen. We were the first one to integrate NSE platform in our systems, maybe a second or third distributor in the country. 2016, we became sort of number one in terms of SIP transactions in Bombay. 2017, we almost have 100 people team. Maybe we took another place in the same vicinity. So that objective was to have a growth. 2019, again, if you look at whatever business we did in 2008, probably we were doing 7 times more business. 2020, everyone knows, was the difficult period. But if you look at 2021, in the history of Money Honey, was the historic year in terms of business. I'll touch upon what we did in 2020. 2021, where the environment was not good, we added one more place. Again, the whole idea of, the growth was there in our mind from the day one. So we kept adding the places. 2022, again, our volumes kept growing. 2023, so first 15 years, we remained in Bombay. Last years, we had clients from 23 states and 335 cities. And 2024, work in progress. Where do we stand today? We have 75,000 clients. We have more than 100 people team. We manage 4,000 crore asset under advised. Over 2 decades of experience, we have executed more than 1 million of transactions. What we do is not more important, but how we do, I think that is more important. And why I say so is because we are in a commoditized industry. If you look at in your relatives, friend circles, or in and around, everyone will somewhere other way is related to the financial industry. And most of the people, whether the sort of college pass out or whoever you meet, like everyone seems to be experts in the competent. So when I started, there were two questions in my mind. Either we should have a unique product or we should have a unique way of delivering that product. The product what we are into is available to across the country and distributed by lakhs of people. The only way I can think of is basically how can we do it in a very unique way. And what we do is basically all the 75,000 clients what we acquire, we never met them. All the people gives us money, and they had given us 4,000 crore worth of assets without meeting us face to face. It's virtual. When we started, today maybe the virtual is reality. Post-COVID, because there are Zooms, there are team meets are there, but in 2008, people used to give us business without seeing our face. Maybe 7,500 people would have seen our face, and maybe because of they had come to our office and because of that they had seen us, but more or less largely we don't meet clients and they still give us business, and this still gives us sizable business. So what is business model? Most of the people, or most of the times when I interact within our industry colleague, this is most time people ask, what is your business model? Business model evolves, and why I say so business model evolves, because you have to survive in the game. When I started in 2008, I started with the corporate agency of life insurance. We were the corporate agent of Bajaj Allianz Life Insurance, and today we don't sell insurance. We don't advise any insurance product, not a health insurance, not a life insurance. We tried broking also in 2009-10 and we gave up. And thought process also evolves. Over a period of time, we thought, let's become sort of McDonald's or a Domino's. McDonald's sells only burger in 60 countries. They only do that. Over a period of time, when I say thought process evolve, this is how thought process, you have to have a 3B and 10P. What do you mean by 3B? Is basically your belief, behavioral, and business. Your behaviorals takes shape based on your belief, and your business takes shapes based on your behavioral. In a simple way, जैसा आपका विश्वास से व्यवहार होता है और व्यवहार से व्यापार होता है. Once you build this philosophy, because everything is in mind, and what are the 10 P's are there? First is principle. You have to have your own principles, the way you carry your family or the way you carry your business. You have to be humble. Like most people, sometimes when we become like a 200 crore, 500 crore, 1,000 crore AUM, we throw our weights. One should not throw their weights. Remain humble. One has to do hard works and remain, honest to ourselves. You have to have some philosophy when you carry your business or when you carry your own life. What is good for client is good for us. This is what is our mantra. There are three things where we don't compromise: people, product, process. It has to be top notch. It has to be a gold standard. And if you don't build this process or people or product, then maybe you may get a success, but that success may not remain with you. And whatever you do, you have to be passionate. I was just, somebody was just sharing with me. This is very important. We go to the client even if that client is giving us 500 or 1,000 rupees of SIP, and even if that client is in Kalyan. So our office is at Goregaon. Kalyan is almost like a 35-50 kilometer away. 1,000 rupees SIP, it means I have to spend 150, 200 rupees, almost 20% of, the investment amount. But in our parlance, we say there is a front-end return or back-end returns. There is a delayed gratification has to be there. That 1,000 rupees of investments over a period of time, the same client's portfolio had become 2 or 3 crore rupees. It means he had given more than what I had expected. This is extremely important. Most people, positive is like a habit. And typically I talk to my team and even my sons and daughter कि काम करने का मतलब ना करने का बहाना नहीं होना चाहिए, करने का बहाना होना चाहिए. You always have to have a reason to do, you should not have a reason to not to do it basically. So it's nothing but an habit as a positive habit. And this purpose, again, have to have a purpose, but purpose gets changes. What was my purpose at the age of 30 is not the same purpose at the age of 40. And rest too becomes byproduct. Paisa and performance is byproduct, is not the priority for me. if you're looking for 3 successes, this becomes very important: work, risk. Like what do you mean by work? Like many times when we achieve certain scales, 200 crore, 500 crore, people start coming to office by 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. I started my career in 99 and till 2024, till today, I go to office at 9:15 sharp, 9 o'clock to 9:15 sharp, and I leave office around 6:30, 7:30. So you have to work hard regardless of where you reach. You look at Narendra Modi ji, you look at Mukesh Ambani ji, and you look at any stalwart in the industry, like regardless of where they reach, I think there is no compromise what you reach. You have to take little risk. I told you that in 2020 was a difficult year, but it was a historic year for us. In May 2020, our business was, we did a month business more than 100 crores. And I'm telling you, this was in 2020 where the lockdown was there. Our team, I vividly remember in maybe 27 May, our team slept around 1:30 in the night, woke up around 4:30 in the morning, because one of our clients gave 5:30 in the morning business worth of 20 crore. And that was in RBI bond. So this happens. So you have to take little risk. That risk का मतलब ये नहीं कि आपकी जान गंवा दो. It is not that purpose. But you have to take some amount of calculated risk so that it gets benefit to you. Luck follows you later on. So and luck is important because whatever today we are here, I am speaking is sheer luck. We were not knowing Venkatji and Prasannaji 3 months before. We just met in the month of November. I give sheer luck. Today I am talking to in front of you. RRR, I think it's in the South is a super hit as an acronym. Build resources. One resources, obviously our business, even if you don't have a money, even if you can start, but build other resources, maybe a team or maybe a technology. I'll talk about that. This is most important. Make sure that you have a good relationship, regardless of whether you are making losses or something upsets you. But don't cut it off. I think that becomes extremely important. If you have a good resources, if you build resources, build relationship, again, result follows basically. So build this RRR. This is again the very frequent conversations when I do with my industry colleague. Decide what you want first. Do you want more number of products or do you want more number of clients? I selected more number of clients. The moment I selected more number of clients, I have chosen few number of products. You can't have a more number of products and more number of clients. It is not going to do. Look at Zerodha. Zerodha added second product now after having 20% market share in broking. He has not added mutual fund, life insurance, general insurance, everything at the start go. You look at anybody, you look at Motilal Oswal, started with only broking as a one product only. So this becomes a dilemma, becoming more meaningful player in one segment is much more important. You get recognized on that. Business growth happens when you invest. So you have to invest in 3 T. So invest, you look at T is there. Make sure your time, where you spend is very important. If you come at 11 o'clock in the office and if you leave 5 o'clock in the office, it's like I'm doing a half day. In my first assignment, one day I was just leaving the office at 6:30 and suddenly the promoter of the company came. And fortunately the HR also was there and he told me, Anup, कहाँ जा रहे हो? I told you, sir, घर पे जा रहा हूँ 6:30, मतलब देखा ऐसे. So the founder said that HR ki अच्छा इसका half day लगा दो, that sort of. So I think you have to give time for your business. Make sure that build a team. I think an individual you cannot be a perfect, but a team, if you build a team, that team can become a perfect. And you must have in today's parlance. Without technology, it's very difficult to grow. Client versus earning, many a times people, earning is important. I'm not saying earning is important, but to having a client is much more important. SIP or NPS may not give you a very immediate earnings. And I give you example, 1,000 rupees of SIP, 150 rupees or 200 rupees of expenses upfront. If you do a Marwadi maths, it doesn't fit in. But over a period of time, once that client is there, that 1,000 rupees of portfolio, how can you make it 1 lakh, then 10 lakh, then 1 crore to 10 crore? It's up to us. We should have competency in building that portfolio. This is extremely important, and I'll give you the scale and scale. The scale has to be in mind. And I'll give you just one example. When I started in 2008, we started with 2 people team, but we had office sitting place of 110 people. From the day one, we had 110 people sitting capacity, but we started with only 2 people. From the day one, in my mind, I had that we should have 110 people team. Today also in 2024, I have 100 people sitting capacity vacant. And that's where we are adding more places. Because we think that once that place is vacant, we have to add more number of people. One Idiot movie, I don't know how many of you have seen from earlier IDFC now Bandhan. Have some goal ki at personal level or a company level, ki what sort of revenue you are targeting. Is it 25 crore or 100 crore, whatever that number could be. Just a sort of disclaimer, scale will ask you some amount of sacrifice. I know what amount of sacrifice I had made. Like I have not spent good amount of time with my kids. I would have, but scale needed some amount of sacrifice. Team needs growth. Like if you are looking for a team, there are three types of growth they look for. They look for a knowledge growth. Like they also look for a financial growth, and they also look for a career growth. So make sure that if you have a team or if you want to build your team, you are giving these 3 things to your team. This is most important. Technology will become your good friend. Today we have an in-house CRM. Today if you look at 100 people team, more than 100 people team, 1/3 of the team is the technology team. And we have an in-house CRM which is front-end facing. We have a digital transaction platform. We have created assistant model platform. We might do a DIY platform also. We do few things, but one of the things we do is this. We celebrate clients' anniversary month. When we say we celebrate clients' anniversary month, it doesn't mean that we send them chocolates or we send them cake. No, we don't do all those things. What do we mean by anniversary month? It means whichever day of that month the client gave us first business. The client gave us first business in the sense, let's say 15th of March. For that client, that March becomes his anniversary month. In that anniversary month, we spend good amount of time with that client. One common, probably the ask from the client is, most of the people comes and only ask for a business. They only remember us when they need business for us. But after that, they forget कि कब निकालना है, क्या करना है, review करना है, नहीं करना है. In this anniversary months, we do only one thing. We just spend time with them. We look at what direction we are giving. We take their feedbacks. We give our feedbacks. That's it. We don't talk about business. Let me sum it up. What we look for, and only difference, when people say, what is the difference, what you do and what the rest of the people team, I see the culture of our company makes a difference. Rest product remains the same. Like, scale is the mind game. It should be there in your mind. The moment it's there in your mind, you will be able to do that. Like technology is your best friend. Like make sure that you are embarrassing the technology. Everything what you are doing, ask, it can be done through technology or not? If not, then find out the ways. Client first approach has to be there. Whatever the good for client is good for me, regardless of whether you make money or not make money. Money will become, paisa and product, performance is not the first priority, is the least priority for us. And this is more important. Give more than you take. Let me end up. Like this, the IFA Galaxy event is the testimony of the celebration, and the core objective of this celebration is the contribution, is a selfless act from the IFA Galaxy, and my sincere thanks for allowing them. Really appreciate. Thank you.